I'm Lizzy.
And I'm Izzy, and we need help.
Each week we stumble through a new book, method, or concept that brings us one step closer to being our best self.
Yes, we make fun of ourselves.
And others.
But mostly just ourselves. So here's to not taking self-help quite so seriously.
Welcome to We Need Help. I'm Lizzy.
And I'm Izzy, and we need help with Christmas. Oh boy, do we need help with Christmas.
You know, Christmas is my favorite holiday, right?
It is?
Oh yeah. I have 6 Christmas trees right now.
And they're all
Full
real?
size.
Are they all? No, they're not real. Are they real?
No, of course
No.
I'm not.
Okay.
No. I hate
No.
anything real. Nothing I have is real.
Yeah. So why is Christmas your favorite holiday?
Well, it celebrates beauty. It celebrates giving. It celebrates love. It celebrates just everything that I stand for in all ways. And plus, like, you can be somewhat sarcastic at Christmas, and people like appreciate it.
What do you mean? Like,
Like,
you mean you like over the top, like, yeah.
Yeah, like, and you can just be like, just everything is rude almost in Christmas.
Yeah.
Without being like judged in ways.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm like OCD-ish, and I like to make things beautiful and make charcuterie boards and make freaking all kinds of stuff.
I wish I loved doing anything like you love doing charcuterie boards.
I wish I loved everything else the way I love charcuterie boards.
You make a great charcuterie board though. Like, whoever taught you to make those, like, well done. Or is that an art that can't be really taught? Is it just
it's like talking about like who taught Renoir how to do something.
It's exactly like that.
You can't teach the teacher. I did take a class, a little class but I had been already making charcuterie boards, so I feel like it was a little brush up.
Yeah.
And it was by this lovely company in town, which I've used before, the Grazing Plate. And they'll bring you a beautiful, if you don't have time to make one or the money to make a charcuterie board, that's an expensive freaking thing to do.
Okay.
But so they'll just, for $150, they'll bring one.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's nice. But so they taught me, I took a class with them. But I love charcuterie board. I love food.
Yeah.
I love gingerbread houses. I love lights. I love Christmas lights. It's like, it's so good. How do you feel about Christmas?
Mixed feelings. I love Christmas ever since I started doing Christmas the way I want to do Christmas. So I think that's when I started loving Christmas, because Polish Christmas, I think, is a little different than American Christmas. Like, there's some of the, yeah.
Can you please tell us? Because you just fucking laid a bomb on me before we got onto this thing.
So there's just so first of all, Christmas Day is not as celebrated as Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve is the big celebration.
Okay.
So you have to wait until the first star appears in the sky, which is in Poland in December. It is at like 3:30 p.m. It gets dark. So the first star appears, and then everybody sits at the table. But before that, all day, there's a carp which is a fish, swimming in the tub. And you have to kill the carp and then cook it.
What the fuck?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. You went with this? You just went with this?
If you're raised with something, you just don't question it. And then here's the crazy part. Like, people have stepped away from this tradition. But I remember in Chicago, when my grandmother
lived with us, which is the second largest population of Polish people.
Yeah, we had a carp swimming in the tub, and I was like, I am an animal lover, and I was like, although I eat meat, I was just like, when I saw that carp, I was like, I thought it was like a pet. I was like super excited. And then suddenly the carp's not in the tub anymore. And my grandmother comes out with something in her hand and she goes, "This is the carp's heart. And you have to crush it. And if it makes a popping sound, it's good luck for the year."
Okay. There is a reason that Polish people are funnier than the rest of us.
Yeah.
And this shit is it.
So that was it. So I had to crush
That's trauma.
Yeah, I think it is. I have not addressed it yet, but there's probably some trauma around the carp in there.
Okay, so we take the wishbone on a turkey and pull it, and whoever gets the longer end
yeah, that's
is
who
the
wins.
lucky one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you're doing is a much more gruesome version of that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So did it pop or no?
It usually popped. Yeah, and then grandma would like clap and then we would eat the carp.
Your grandma is fucked up, dude.
I mean, that was it, and it's generally
Oh,
there's no Christmas Eve. I don't know if you guys do this, but there's no meat. There's no meat allowed, and then you have 12 dishes for the 12 apostles, or is there 11? There's 12. 12 apostles, right? However many apostles there were, followers of Jesus, that's how many dishes you have. And the dishes are all like there's no meat, so it's all either fish or cabbage
so
stuff. Like it's
so
just
like
yeah.
my friend Mama Jen does all seafood that night. Like she does all like the
Yeah.
seafood feed, and they're Italian.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do a quail Sinatra style Christmas Eve. That's what I've always done. I mean,
It's yeah. It's but I started doing it. I changed it around because I was sick of sitting around the table. And another tradition, and this is not official, like we would just discuss who passed that year, and it was just depressing. So one year I said to Maciek, "I'm not doing this anymore. We're gonna have an open house and we're gonna have a buffet, and it doesn't have to be these traditional Polish dishes. I do not want to see a carp on the table." So I made salmon with soy, basil, and oranges. My mom brought pasta with shrimp, like really fresh. We just we
okay.
did it our way. We had a big buffet and then people could come. We had an open house, and if people wanted to
Yeah.
like duck out and get away from their families for a bit, they could come over. And we had board games and music and movies and a big buffet. And that's how I like to do Christmas now.
I love it. Well, I mean, my Christmas is going to be like we're doing a roller skating party.
I love it.
And then Jason will hang a snow machine up so we can roller skate in the snow. And we bring in all Chicago food, Lou Malnati's, Portillo's, Eli's cheesecake, Garrett's popcorn, Long Grove chocolates. They even have Deerfield. You can have Deerfields brought in, which
Wow.
is like bomb. So we're doing that. And then my sister is going to make this sandwich that we love from our hometown, Avani's sandwich.
What is that?
It's like a sweet bread, but it's got like salami, ham, a bunch of stuff. Like it's a very simple sandwich, but it's like delicious. So
Delicious.
she brings that. Yeah. Um, and then we have Nerf gun wars. We'll have that. And then we do a gingerbread house contest that is extremely competitive.
I've seen your gingerbread house pictures and like you have like voting and everything.
It's an online vote, and
Yeah.
I'm coming in the reigning champion this
Like
year.
how many
So
years in a row have you been the champion or
not this is my first year.
oh
When we started it, my niece-in-law, she's a contender. She's a contender. So she won. And then, but before that, we would do it, but it wasn't quite as competitive. But now, like, I have like edible glitter. I mean, it's just turned into this like thing. I
That
don't
sounds
know
so
like how to
cool.
describe it. It's so fun.
Yeah.
But we started years ago before Scarlett was born. We would do an entire like 4 or 5 days with the entire family. They'd all come stay at our house. It looked like Heaven's Gate, like people
Wow.
sleeping everywhere. And like if you don't know about Heaven's Gate, they all killed themselves together.
Is that where they all drank the Kool-Aid?
No, they didn't drink the Kool-Aid, but it was like a mass suicide and they were all dressed in like white and they were sleeping all over. I just remember like I saw the footage as a child and it stuck with me. But
Like, I want a Heaven's Gate themed Christmas. Everybody's like, RSVP
oh no, thank
now.
you. So but now we're so spread across the country that a lot of my sisters don't come, or they have their own traditions that they're doing.
Yeah.
So like we have chosen family coming, we have my mom, my sister. Well, we might get some bocce ball going.
Ooh, sounds like fun.
Yeah.
So
But
why are we doing this episode?
well, because it's fucking Christmas and it's like I mean, people go crazy during Christmas, no?
Yeah, how do you go crazy?
I go overboard,
Mm.
obviously. I'm like, should we get a bocce
Sno
ball going in there?
Should we get the
Yeah.
snow machine to produce pink and, like a red
Yeah.
and green snow?
Okay, I never even thought of that. I like where your head's at. I love where your head's at.
So you turn
That's
into a
easy.
psychopath.
Yeah. Well, I love to go overboard anyway. I'm kind of a,
Yeah.
overboard person in everything I do. So,
Yeah.
um, you know, how do you go crazy at Christmas?
I get depressed. I don't know why. I think it's because I don't have kids. And I think that's the reason. Like I think it's, my mind goes back to Christmas when like we were kids and that I don't have children and I just get real melancholy. So I want to hang
Yeah.
myself from the Christmas tree.
Well, I mean, children do help with the Christmas magic.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah.
I mean, so I could see where that would be an issue. And I'm going to say it, your family does not sound that uplifting during the holiday season with the dead fish and the hearts and the whatnot.
Well, it used to be like, I think, and I don't know what your opinion on this is, but like once my parents divorced, it kind of, we used to have these huge family Christmases, and then after a divorce, it becomes a little awkward, weird. And then like you have the blessing of you started your own family and then you do Chris, and that's what we started doing, but we don't
Yeah.
have the kids. So that's why once I started doing Christmas with the open house, it made things so much better because the house was full
Yeah.
of joy again. But when we had the Christmas and it was only immediate family, it was like it was
Yeah.
not fun. And I remember, God bless my mother-in-law, God rest her soul. But one year it was like we were just all sitting around the table. It was like very somber. And Maciek's dad takes out the Bible and he starts reading the Old Testament. And he's like reading and reading. I
Oh.
thought he was just going to read a passage and like we would like thank you and move on, but he just kept reading. And so I started filming. And Maciek's
I bet it
mom
was from the New Testament
new
because before that,
think
Jesus wasn't born.
okay, so whatever testament it was some testament.
Okay.
And he's reading and reading and reading and reading. And Maciek's mom just looks dead. Like I started filming and she looks deadpan at the camera. And she goes, "Can somebody please fucking kill me?" And it's just like boom. I'm like, I love her so much.
Have
Like I
you?
wanted to play that at her funeral. Like it was just so great.
Oh my God. Like it brings out the funniest parts of people.
It
Christmas
does.
does.
It really does. It
Now
really,
it'll bring out some alcoholic in you.
yeah.
It'll bring out some fucking shit in your
Yeah.
family.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Lizzy and I we created sort of a list of do's and don'ts for this Christmas to just help, I think help ourselves for the most part, but
Well, that's
also,
what it is.
yeah,
That's what it
yeah,
is. Like, we
yeah,
need help with Christmas.
yeah. So there's a list of do's. The list of don'ts is so much longer.
Oh my God. Well, of course it is. Like, there's a lot of things that you can screw up at Christmas.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What are some of
What's
your
the number one
do's?
thing you could screw up?
Gifts, for sure. Gifts.
I think you can make it way too much about Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
Like,
That's true.
people don't need that.
We don't need an hour and a half of the Testament, whatever one it is.
We get it. Like, if you really want to split hairs, like, he was born in March. I don't want to fuck with like the details. The devil's in the details. But like, it's really about giving and loving. Like,
Mm,
when people make it too much about Jesus, it brings you down,
yeah. Yeah.
right?
It shouldn't be sad though. It shouldn't. Like it really shouldn't. But for some reason it's melancholy. Like silent night. Why is that so melancholy? I
Why
don't
is that
know.
like my favorite song? Like, love it.
I don't like it. It's too melancholy. Like I want
Yeah,
like
they can be. Yeah, you're more of a Wham kind of Christmas
yeah,
girl.
yeah, that's
Okay.
right. 80s. I
Okay.
want an 80s
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people can make Christmas about dead people a
Yeah.
lot. Don't make it about anybody dead
Yeah.
because they're not here for Christmas. They're not coming.
It's a day of birth. It shouldn't be a day of like reminiscing about who died that year. I
And
understand
who's
it's the
not
end of the
here?
year and like we have to reminisce, but like no thank you.
My mom will be depressed about like people who died 15 years ago
Oh man.
and aren't at Christmas.
Yeah.
And like, one of them's my brother. My brother my brother wasn't at half the Christmases. He was like,
Addicts never are.
like, he wasn't at all the. Well, he would be like downstairs with like some like dirty girl that he picked up. He even when he was there, he wasn't there.
Somehow, how.
Somehow, how. I'm like, Mom, like, can you focus on who's here?
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. So
Yeah, the
what are
Irish are big time on death. They
yeah.
love it. Oh
Same with the
God, they
Polish.
love
I
it.
think it's the Irish and then the Polish. Yeah.
Yeah, if even like anybody who ate too many potatoes, they care about death a
Something's
lot.
wrong. We got to do some potato research.
Yeah. Potatoes make you care too much about death.
So what are some of your do's for Christmas? What do you got?
Well, I mean, do give from the heart.
Yeah. What does that mean? What
Do
does that mean to you? Giving from the heart.
like, when I say give with an open heart, is like anything you buy, don't resent, don't do math during Christmas. I can't stand when people do math.
What do you mean? Like, oh, he
Like,
got 5 presents and I only got
3
1.
presents, or
Yeah.
I only spent $200 on them where I spent 500. Like,
Christmas
it
math.
it's Christmas materialism and
Yeah.
capitalism at its finest, and it just
Yeah.
doesn't work for real Christmas to me.
Yeah.
You know, I think that you do like just give with an open heart, no matter what you decide to do. You don't like be like, well, I got them a gift and they didn't get me a gift, or
Yeah.
man, I was so much more thoughtful in my gift. You know what? Some people are just trying to fucking make it down the road.
Yeah.
Like, come on, don't judge people's gifts. Like,
Have you ever done a year with no gifts? Like we did that last year. 0 gifts.
okay, no wonder your Christmases suck. No wonder you're depressed.
You've never done that? Oh. The gift was everyone like contributed in some way. So food wise or like whatever wise, but no gifts.
You guys have some fucked up ideas.
That was my idea. That was my idea.
Well,
No?
this year we're doing something different. We're just all the adults. The only thing we're allowed to buy each other is a book
Okay. Oh,
that we think
I
the
like
other
that.
person will like. And we've done like ornaments one year with
Yeah.
the adults because like when right now it's such a weird climate, like and like for
Yeah.
the economy is really weird. Like
Yeah.
mayo's $11. Like people are struggling. So, like, we're just focusing on buying children gifts and we're not doing anything for our friends,
Okay.
um, besides books or family members, I guess,
Yeah.
like the adults. So, we do themes sometimes, and I
Like
think that
what?
that's a good thing. Well, like ornaments or books
Okay.
or, you know, sometimes we'll do like like give a trip somewhere to each other, or all take a trip together.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is like the whole thing is you're giving gifts to people.
How do you
So
give gifts? Like, what are some of your dues for gifts? Give from the heart. Don't make it
give
all
from the
about the
heart.
money. Don't do the gift math. What else?
Don't do gift math or do just, you know, don't buy for just no reason. Like don't buy just to buy. Buy
Mm.
when you find something that reminds you of someone.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like I think it's weird that we have to like have a get like
Yeah.
we have to like, you know, but I also think that I mean, I know this is late in the game, but like you should be buying gifts all throughout the year, like when you find them for people that are
Yeah.
lovely and nice. You're a great gift giver.
It's one of my love languages, I think. So that's why.
Definitely. Your gift like I've gotten some gifts from you and they're like my favorite gifts I've ever gotten.
Oh. Oh. Yeah.
So
I put a lot of thought into it.
a lot. I think you should put as much thought as you can, but also when you're receiving gifts, something to do is if you just get a gift card, don't take it personally.
Yeah, I think I don't want because some people just aren't good at coming up with ideas for gifts. Like that it's just not a because I think in a way it is sort of a talent, to try to
It's
be
a
that
big
creative.
talent.
Yeah. And so what
Yeah.
like would you have any advice to people who just aren't naturally good gift givers?
Give money. Money is amazing. I am so sick of money getting a bad rap.
Yeah.
It's like if you don't know what to get and you want them to have something they want,
Yeah.
give them a little cash.
Cash. Cash is always good. I
What's
remember
wrong with it?
my favorite uncle, that's what he would give us like little gifts. And then
Yeah.
we'd always bank on like he's gonna give us $100 in an envelope. Like that was our
$100.
favorite thing, you know. That was a lot, like back in the 80s and 90s, like that was like,
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh my God, that's a wonderful gift.
Yeah,
Like as a kid, $100. I
yeah,
mean, yeah.
yeah.
I think what's your advice for people who aren't good at it? Just money.
Ask.
Money.
Yeah,
Hey, can I
or ask.
yeah.
What would you like? Like, give me a list, and then just
Yeah.
pick something from the list. There's no shame in that, you know.
Like Jason is the worst to give gifts for.
Yeah.
Like to because he just when he wants it, he buys it.
For husbands who are bad at giving gifts, ask your wife's best friend. Okay, because trust me, she's talked to
Yeah.
her about what she wants, and that same goes for
Right.
jewelry. Whenever Maciek's like deciding if he wants to get me some jewelry, I'm always like, ask, because Maria has also really good taste in jewelry and she knows all these little shops in Poland.
Right.
I'm like, ask Maria before you buy anything. Like, just ask Maria.
Well, women aren't as hard to buy for as men.
Men are super hard to buy for. What do you like?
This
How
is
do you get Jason gifts?
I don't give him any I give him a blowjob. That's what he wants. Like,
Do you put a little Christmas flair on it?
And I mean, the tree is in our bedroom already. He can look at that while it's happening. I mean, that's all he wants. He doesn't want anything else.
Oh, that's
He's
funny.
like, he buys everything for himself,
Yeah.
and it's like, he would, the thing that he would probably want the most is me not to spend as much at Christmas as
Or
I do.
probably not to say something like this on the podcast. Too late.
He'd, yeah, he'd, like, if you're embarrassed because you want a blowjob, then like
Something wrong with you.
something wrong. Yeah. I'm sure he'll be fine with it. And he'll be like, you said on the podcast that you're giving me a blowjob for Christmas. He's going to be like, pony up, bitch.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. What do you get Ma Check? What is Ma Check like?
So books. He likes books. I already got him his Christmas gift. He likes events that we can spend time together. So there's this comedian Jimmy Carr. He's coming to Warsaw, so I got tickets for us, like front and center.
Okay.
So we're gonna be, spending. He likes things where we can spend quality time together. So theater tickets. So that's pretty easy. Like, because once I figured out his love language.
Yeah, Jason doesn't care about any of that. So I would love to do stuff like that.
Yeah, but see, I think also if you figure out Jason's love language, you could just give him that, which I think his love language is physical touch. So, right? Is it?
I mean, I think, I don't know. I'm guessing that's what he seems to like. It's working.
I gave Magic the test, and it was quality time. Like that is his number one love language. So I give him like things that we can do together.
Yeah. Jason also loves food. So whatever I make, it's like, if I make that quail Sinatra style, he'll just, he's happy.
Yeah. So any other do's on our do list for Christmas?
Do put it in a nice package.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to honor a gift by wrapping it well. And some of us are not good at it, but the good news is they have people who are good at it.
Yeah.
Or you can it's called Pinterest
or YouTube.
Yeah, it's not really that hard.
That's what I did recently, because I had an odd shaped gift that didn't come in packaging. So I YouTubed how to package it, and I just kept pausing and doing and pausing. It's not that hard, people.
I actually think that that's one of the things that make getting a gift so nice.
Yeah.
Is just making it pretty.
Yeah.
And making it like, because it tells somebody that you thought of them enough to make it pretty.
Yeah.
And if you're not good at that, which I totally understand, there's a lot of people, like my mom is hilarious because she wants to be good at it. She's just not good at rapping.
That's so funny because she's an artist, so you would think she'd be good at rapping, but she's more good at like drawing.
Fuck. It's like sometimes I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Well, she can't top Machik's dad, who just comes with the gift unwrapped, hands it to us, and says, "Can you wrap your gift?"
My sister Janice, whom I love more than life itself, she sends Scarlett a package every year, and I have to wrap it. That's like a total little sister thing to do.
That's so funny.
So now I just do it back to her, and we both have to wrap our children's gifts, which is fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Any other dues?
Should I look at my list? Probably should. Give from the heart. Oh, you said do have an open house for people who don't have anywhere to go or want to get away from their family.
Yeah, that's been like, I did it as an experiment like 1 year. It was the year after Christmas was just really, I woke up like super depressed 1 year, and I said, next year I am not doing this again. And next year I'm like, we're having an open house, and we had 20 people just coming in and out, and people would come over for a half hour just to get a reprieve. And then they would
Yeah.
go, because I don't know how you guys do it, but in Poland, you go to one house and then you go to another house. So it's not, sometimes Christmas isn't spent all in one house. So like people go between in-laws, or if they're dating, they were like, first we're going to go to my parents and his parents.
Yeah.
So people would use our house as sort of like a little layover where they can
Yeah.
come in, breathe, talk to us, give us hugs,
Right.
play a board game, and then move on. And it like recharge, like a charging station. It was like so fun. And then we had people who
You
would
did
just
just mention something that's a good do is
yeah.
have something for people to do at your Christmas. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to be roller skating. We're going to be doing the gingerbread houses. We're going to possibly doing bocce ball. I'll have a puzzle rolling.
Yeah.
So people can actually do stuff so they don't feel inclined to fucking talk about politics
I love
or,
that idea so much because I'm an extroverted introvert. If I'm sitting around a table, I usually feel responsible to keep the conversations going and I get exhausted. So I love just to dash off and do an activity so I don't have to like keep talking. Yeah.
yeah, you don't want people talking too much at Christmas. They could ruin it.
They could.
They could ruin it.
They could.
I
What
mean,
about our don'ts? We have like a whole list of
I
don'ts.
love our don'ts. There, and these are more important. And we've mentioned some of them.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't talk about politics. Don't talk about who died. We said that.
Don't kill the carp.
Don't give an ugly package.
Don't cry. Don't argue.
Don't save Christmas to fucking like resent your family.
Yeah.
Okay, that's for birthdays and that's for freaking Easter, maybe.
Yeah. And then
But
don't feel ashamed because your gift isn't as expensive as other people's gifts. Like, just shut up. Stop shaming yourself.
and
Like you give
and
what
P.S.
no one
Do
cares.
do not say how little effort your gift was for the person.
Yeah. And also don't virtue signal if somebody else got a really expensive gift by saying like, well, I don't need as much. Like I prefer modest gifts. No, you
We're a
don't.
simplistic type of family. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Stop gift shaming. Like just whatever.
Don't give shame. I want everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Don't
don't
be
make me feel bad for being
yeah.
that way.
Yeah. Don't be a Christmas cunt.
Yeah, don't be a Christmas cunt. Yeah, so I think don't virtue signal. That's a huge one. Don't say I put little effort into this and that's why it's such a shitty gift. Just don't even bring it up because it
Yeah.
makes people feel bad for you giving them a shitty gift.
Yeah. And then they have to comfort you. It's just
And then I'm comforting you and then I'm like feeling bad about it. Like
yeah.
I don't want to. Please don't wipe your shit on the receiver of the gift.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
Don't say how little effort you put in. Don't when you get a gift, like just be thankful. Don't be weird.
Have you ever had anyone be weird about a gift you've given?
Oh, yes.
Oh, tell
There's
me.
weird,
Do you have a
there's
story?
weird receivers.
Tell me the story.
Well, without calling anybody out, like, I mean, I have definitely not listened well and given wrong gifts.
Okay.
Like my sister won't mind me talking about it because we all have one in the family and you should know who this is. You do not surprise this person.
Mm.
They don't like surprises.
Yeah.
You don't give them they don't like overarching gifts. They don't like to have the spotlight put on them. Do not do this to this person.
Yeah.
Because I have done it to my sister so many times. And now I feel bad because I just wasn't listening to her. I was giving what I wanted.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you agree on something, like we agreed one year. So last year we agreed no gifts, which I know you think this psychotic, but the year before we
Well,
also
I judge that.
The year before, we also did that, but everybody got gifts anyway, except Maciek, because he was like,
He's like,
"We
oh, okay.
agreed," and he felt really dumb afterwards. So we like, if you agree on something, just stick to it.
Well, you gaslit him.
We did, yeah. He felt really dumb after that.
That was not his fault. I'd like to stick
No,
up for Maciek.
I
That's
would
crazy.
too. I would too. It was my fault.
Yeah, if you agree to something, then do not go off of it.
Do not break your Christmas word.
Yeah, don't break the Christmas. Don't lie to your friends and family
Don't
about what you're
gaslight your
doing.
family on Christmas.
You guys got him good,
I'm
man.
gonna give the gift of gaslighting.
Yeah, that's what you should do, is like make your family feel crazy.
Is it darker in here? No.
Yeah.
Just
Merry Christmas. Have a Darvo Christmas.
Oh, what else?
God.
Oh, and don't rely on the addict of the family to do it. Just give them a break on Christmas. Don't put any pressure on them whatsoever.
If you have an alcoholic in your family, and everybody does, if you have an addict in your family, everybody does, do not put them in charge of food, or you're going to starve to death.
Yeah, we had that situation. We put an alcoholic in charge of Christmas cooking. She's like, I'm going to cook everything. And
I got this.
Christmas Eve morning, because Christmas Eve is the big one. Christmas Eve morning, ended up in detox, and I was scrambling. I found a restaurant that catered, and I begged them, because they're like, we stopped taking orders like a week ago. I said, please. I like explained the situation. They took pity on me, and I was able to get full catering. But it was like,
you're like, how do you say medical detox in Polish?
Yeah.
That's what I'm dealing with.
Delirium tremens, is it the same in Polish? But yeah,
like, come on.
Yeah, so and myself as an addict too. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'll be there at 6, and then I would show up at like 10:30.
Coming at 6.
Like, no, it's never. Like, just don't rely on them for anything. It's fine. It's the Christmas spirit is just to give them a break on Christmas.
My sister is the best at Christmas. Like, she just, like Chuck Norris, that sister.
Yeah.
Last year, when Scarlett starts to stir, I'm supposed to text her, so she rushes over to see Scarlett get her gifts.
Oh,
that's like that's what we've always done.
Because you guys get the gifts in the Christmas morning, yeah.
Yeah, because like Santa comes in real world, Santa comes, and then you get Christmas gifts in the morning. There's no like freaking eels in the bathtub or anything.
In Poland, you don't. There's no such thing as Christmas morning. It's all Christmas Eve.
I'm telling you, this is a wasteland that you're like describing.
I also agree that it would be much more fun to go to bed and wake up Christmas morning with the gifts. And I think my parents did it that way one year just to do an experiment, and it was super fun.
They were like, yeah, like everybody had like orgasms, and like there was like bands going off.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then Grandma was like, too much fun. Next year we go back to the old way. We go back to carp killing.
Okay. So last year I text her in the morning, but listen to what she had done. She had snuck over in the morning and cooked our entire breakfast brunch, biscuits and gravy. I had a quiche, the whole thing. She was in our kitchen cooking it and already there.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I love
her.
It
was like, she's the best at Christmas. I can't, like,
amazing.
Yeah. My mom and my sister and I, Christmas is our jam.
Yeah.
Like, we love the whole thing. But
did you ever, I'm curious, like, have you ever had Christmas like away from your family? Like, did you ever do a Christmas where you weren't with your sister and your mom, like where it was just you, Scarlett, and Jason?
No. Well, no.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, I don't know. I think maybe once or
Yeah.
twice. I think there was one in the Virgin Islands where it was just the three of us.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just as good.
Yeah.
It's just as good. It's just different.
Yeah.
It's like last year we had a very small Christmas because we were living in the villa, which is, we were in this renovation. So we didn't have a big Christmas. And I think for me, I I missed the big Christmas. Like
Yeah.
that's my, you know, but I mean, there's magic to be found everywhere at Christmas to me,
Yeah.
because it really is about being kind and being good and being loving and being giving to other people for no fucking reason at all.
Yeah.
When you take the giving out of Christmas, it really, I think it messes with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. I think that's really because, you know, we really need to be a better givers and better receivers, I think, in life. It's like one day you get to be that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good.
So anything you're going to do different this year or anything that you want to remember going into Christmas this year? What do you want to like remember for yourself?
I want to remember that, I mean, just like we said, not everybody is like as good at Christmas. Like you have to have grace at Christmas. I think it's like hard for people. There are a lot of people who are grieving people. There's a lot of people out there that don't have money to buy their children
Mm,
Christmas. And like that's where the focus is.
yeah.
Because I wanted, like, let me tell you about a Christmas miracle. It was like 1985. And my mom had we moved to northern New York or upper New York State. And my mom had this piece of shit boyfriend back in Illinois who had cheated on her. Well, he convinced her to come back we moved to upper New York State, and he convinced her to come back to him. And we were sitting there, so we took took the Amtrak back, my sister Katie and I and my mom. And when she got there, the guy said, "Can you love two women at the same
Oh
time?"
gosh.
Yeah. So my mom had just drug us across the country. She had no money for Christmas. We were in this single wide trailer. It was cold. I remember feeling it was cold. And she didn't have money for Christmas dinner or gifts. I think she had uh, she had bought one gift for both of us,
Mm.
or for each of us. And we went out to my grandmother's. And when we got back Christmas Eve, there you couldn't we went to open the door and you could barely get the door open because there were so many gifts underneath that tree.
How?
I don't know.
You still
I
don't
still
know.
don't know. And we went to the refrigerator and there was an entire Christmas dinner in there.
Somebody
For
had done that.
somebody had wrapped all the gifts, put them under our tree, filled our refrigerator full of food
Wow.
on Christmas Eve. And like that's why I still believe in Santa Claus,
Yeah. Yeah.
because and I remember that night I went to bed and my mom still to this day says she has no idea how it got there.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's a miracle. I love that.
So if we could just make those miracles happen as a collective,
Yeah.
make magic happen for everybody. It's like it's the perfect time of year for it.
Yeah. I'm gonna have an open house again, I think.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Oh,
announce it because that just inspired me so much. Like, that's lovely.
I'm so happy to hear that. Like
Yeah.
I am too. Open your home, Open your home to people who are lonesome, because
Yeah.
there are people who are lonesome out there during this time of year. It's not an easy time of year
No, it isn't.
for people. You know, like we have to be like, just without being too Jesus-y, be exactly like Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Ah,
I love you.
but
That's awesome.
I love you.
I want to spend Christmas with your family at some point. Like, this is something I have to do. I know I wanted to do it this year, but it just like wasn't feasible, but we got to do it. Like one year I
Just
want to do it.
literally hop on a plane right now. Come on.
Yeah.
I would love it. I would be in heaven if you
I
were
would
there.
I would like sneak in the morning and like just throw a carp in your bed.
Please do it.
I would like not tell you I was coming, but I would like while you're sleeping just put carps in all the bathtubs.
Well, we only have one big bathtub in this
Yeah.
house.
Okay, and the carp would be there, and that's how you'll know
And
I'm
it would
there.
be, I'd go to the bathroom and I have to pass the
The
bathtub,
tub, and
and
there'd
I'd
be
be
the
like,
carp.
it's
It's a Christmas miracle.
oh my God, I love you so much. I
love you
love
too.
Christmas so
I do
much. I
too.
love you. It's
Yeah. I love you too. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And I'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. Thanks for joining us this week on We Need Help, the podcast, the duct tape of self-help.
Please visit our website, weneedhelpthepodcast.com, where you can find links to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, and all the others, so you'll never miss a show.
You'll also find links to the books we've reviewed and our amazing store.
If you enjoy this podcast, go right now, because if you're anything like us, you'll never do it later. Like and share our page and episodes on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or just tell a friend about the show. That would help us out too.
Also, feel free to let us know what you need help with, and we'll try to cover it in a future episode. You can also find us on Instagram at weneedhelp_the podcast.
Thank you for listening.